Minecraft viewers, this is Chaitali, your host for Minecraft, and I am back today with another episode of Minecraft. Now, my guest today is someone who is incredibly talented in making cards, but her mixed media is to die for. And she is on some really awesome design teams. She's on the design team for Faber-Castell, Penny Black, Yachts, and she's super, super, super talented and awesome. So I'm so glad to have her today on Minecraft. Let's go and meet her. Hey, Jill.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here with you.
We are excited to have you here. We are really excited to have you here. I'm so happy that you said yes to the interview and we could work this out.
Great, great. Thank you.
So I'm going to start with something that I really wanted to ask you. I think this is one of my big questions for you, and this is about your blog. I have several questions, rather, about your blog. So tell us how you got started with studio sessions. I know you had your own blog before, but then you started this collaborative blog with Elizabeth. For those who don't know, Jill and Elizabeth have a collaborative blog called Studio Sessions, which is amazing in content. So tell us how you got started with it.
Well, we had tried, kind of done our own version of studio sessions on each of our own personal blogs with links back and forth to each other, and we had so much fun doing that. It really just put some pizzazz back into blogging for me. Even I've always really loved the crafting part of it, but sometimes blogging can become just a challenge, getting the posts in, writing up the posts. And I really felt like when we did studio sessions together, it brought excitement to that part of blogging too. And so when we'd done that a couple times, we started talking about, what if this is what blogging was for us all the time? And from there, it just kind of grew, and it was something we talked about for a long time, and then slowly just worked at it and building the site and coming up with plans and different products and techniques we'd like to feature. But it was really an opportunity to sort of have this virtual space and to be able to share the whole crafting artistic experience with a friend, even though we physically don't live near each other, but we could have this sort of virtual studio that we could work in together.
Oh, wow. So you guys don't physically live with each other. I always, when I'm reading your posts, feel like, you both also go to each other's craft rooms and you like craft in person as well. But it looks like you don't stay near each other. Is that right?
No. Virtually wow. We are, and, in the heart we are, but we're actually, she's in Michigan and I'm in South Dakota, so we are quite a ways away.
So really far away.
Yeah.
Well, you do give the impression on your blog. It's a nice shared virtual space. And I do agree with you that, sometimes blogging can get very intimidating. You have a lot to do, and it's nice if you have someone to share it with. And you both have awesome content together.
Thank you. She's just a wonderful friend, and she's so talented. I feel so honored that I get to collaborate with her because she's just so fantastic.
So tell us how you both work together, to plan blog features and schedule them. How do you plan things out? Is it way, way in advance, or do you just put something you've made?
We plan pretty far in advance. That way, when we're working on something, we don't have like this pressure of deadlines and we need to get this done because we need to get a post up. So we try to really plan a month or two in advance so that when we are working on the projects artistically, we don't have any kind of pressures hanging over us when we're doing them, and we can just have fun and share what we're doing and share that product that we're both doing, and sort of the whole experience can be about the art at that time and not about the blogging.
Nice. And I guess you both have your own scheduled design team posts and so on as well.
Yep, yep. Mm-hmm.
Nice. So that also ensures the steady flow of posts and stuff on the blog rather than clumping it up. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So coming back to you, tell us about how your crafting journey started. How did you get started in crafting from the beginning, and what was the first crafty thing you made?
Oh, well, I was in college, and I worked at a call center when I was in college, and the gal that sat next to me, she was showing me her handmade Christmas cards, and I thought that was just the coolest thing, and so I started that year. I thought, I want to make Christmas cards too, and made a ton of Christmas cards and sent them out to everybody I knew, and oh my gosh, when I think back to what those looked like, they probably were horrible. But so that's how I got started, and that was really the first crafty stamping that I ever did. And then in college, it was kind of off and on with crafting. I would kind of do like holidays or birthday, make a card, but then nothing in between. And then once I started blogging, though, in the last few years, that's when I really started to craft on a regular basis. And I think that was a good thing because it got me trying new techniques and sort of staying with it instead of a little bit here and then never looking at it again for another couple of months. And also that whole community aspect of blogging really was exciting. It added a new excitement to it for me.
Awesome. So the first cards, did you have them on your blog?
No. I made the Christmas cards and the birthday cards for like a long time before I ever blogged, and the only ones I still have are like the ones I gave my mom that she kept. And so I've seen some of those and I'm like, oh, I sent that out to everyone I know.
Wow. So did you shop for stuff then? Is that when you also started shopping for crafty stuff?
Yes. Yep. And at that time I wasn't really like looking online, or I was just going into random stores and buying things. And once the blogging started, though, then it was more like seeing
more organized shopping.
Exactly.
That's when the big shopping started.
Yes.
Nice. So you've mentioned in this answer, a few times that it looks like your style has changed from the time when you actually started the first time until today. So how has it changed? What do you think is the biggest change in it?
I think my use of color, that really has become sort of where I'll start a lot when I'm making a card, is being inspired by a color combination, or picking like random colors and trying to make them work through the balance on the card. Where before I think I was more about like, oh, look at this cute embellishment, and I wanted to use it some way, and I would find some way to put that on there. And I think, too, I like to try a lot of techniques now, using different products. And so before it was more just about, like, making something cute, buying something and sticking it down, where now I like to do more painting or more coloring and more techniques with what I create.
Awesome. So you're more, I definitely see that in your cards. I feel your style is very detail-oriented, and, you go into a lot of finer details. There are a lot of I call them invisible layers. There are a lot of invisible layers on your card. I can see that it's like there is more, than just what we see, but yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, you are way too sweet. Thank you.
Do I get a craft room tour for that?
Oh, a very small one, maybe.
Okay, this is actually a good time to do the small tour, because I want to see your crafty space, and I'll have more mixed media questions for you then.
Okay. Well, this is my this is not a cleaned up crafty space, but I'm gonna grab the camera that's precariously balanced on top of the monitor, so we'll carefully see if I can get you through here. So
we'll try not to be nauseous.
Over here is kind of where I do most of the work, and it's below the window there, so I've got good light. And then if we come around, why can't I do this? No, there we go. That's sort of the space over here is where I keep like my acrylic blocks and stamp cleaner and that kind of stuff. And then behind me over here, you'll see those bigger blue buckets. Those have my more current release stamps and my die cuts and things right there. If we come around here, this I got from my local scrapbook store, and it's a spinning rack, so I can keep all my inks and things.
You have an actual store in your craft room.
So you can keep all that right within arm's reach, and sort of behind all that is where I do my, I don't know if you can see, like there's a closet without the doors on it, and there's baskets along the top. And right below that's like my light box and where I do all my photography.
Oh, nice. So you kind of the light box then?
Yep. I used a light box with a couple of lamps with it. I didn't for, I'm going to see if I can put this back up here now.
Okay.
Are we good? Kind of pointing down.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't have a light box for a long time. I used to take my pictures outside but I'd have to wait for just the right light, and sometimes I'd have a lot of things I'd need to get done, and I'd be waiting. So I'm so glad I invested in that, because if I need to do a project late at night and get a picture done, I can just pop it in there and get it taken care of.
Very true. Tell me about natural light. I stay in Seattle.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's definitely useful to have a light box and to have like. You want to see my DIY light box? Here.
Yes, I do.
It's over there.
Oh my.
Get to see my messed out craft room, but that's basically my DIY light box area.
Oh, well, you get great pictures, so way to go.
Yeah, it's really useful to have at least like a lot of white light around there, and yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Right.
I agree.
So speaking of all of the paint and colors that I saw back there and around there, I have a lot of mixed media questions for you. I know to a lot of people mixed media is very different from regular card making. It also uses some different products. So here goes. What is mixed media according to you? What is your definition of it?
For me, I think it's anytime you're mixing two different mediums together. On a card, it could be on a canvas. I try not to think of things as having a lot of rules, or this is mixed media or this isn't, but in my mind it's kind of when you're mixing more than one type of media. And then also I'm noticing a lot in the trends that people are using a more sort of artistic product, or product you'd find at an art store, as opposed to what we labeled perhaps crafty. And so sometimes I think that gets people thinking mixed media as well when they see something like that. For me, when I approach something like a canvas or mixed media, often as opposed to a card, I have no idea where it's going. It's just a lot about building up layers and building up color until I'm happy with what it looks like. So a lot of times there's a lot of layers underneath that I've hidden because they didn't turn out the way I wanted them to. That to me feels personally like mixed media, when it just keeps going in its own direction, and just mixing a lot of different techniques and mediums together.
Do you also feel it's more relaxing than regular card making? I personally feel like that you can just let yourself go, keep doing, whatever you feel like at the moment, and usually something comes out of it.
I agree. I kind of have to be in the right mindset. Like sometimes I really want to do cards, and sometimes I want to do something more free like that.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it is more relaxing because I feel like there's more room for error. Like you can just keep messing up and fixing. And that, in the end, that's great texture, or something that you can in a different way.
Because I look at this as my hobby for de-stressing, and I guess it's a hobby for everyone too. It's really useful to really use it to let go of yourself.
Yes.
Play with paint, get your hands in there, get everything messy.
Yes. Everything gets messy.
Yes. And then one more question I had was, what is gesso? Did I pronounce it right? Or gesso?
Yep,
okay.
gesso.
And how is it different from Mod Podge?
Well, gesso, and this is just my opinion, I kind of think of gesso as a primer, so that's how I use it most often. So if I want to work on something and I want it to have a non-porous surface, I'll paint it first with a light layer of gesso. For example, I've doubled my love for my gelatos by using them on a gessoed surface, because they're beautiful either way, but if you do it on a gessoed surface and then you add water, they kind of sit on top and sort of the color dances on top of that gessoed surface, as opposed to sort of soaking down into the paper. Like a watercolor paper will really absorb a lot of the color and the water that you add unless you've put that layer of gesso. So for me, I kind of think of it as a way to prime the surface. As opposed to Mod Podge. Mod Podge usually doesn't have a tint, so it's clear, and it's, for me, a little bit more of a sealant or an adhesive, where the gesso I typically use is white, so it has a tint to it, although you can get it that isn't tinted. But it also is a lot, for me, like a thin paint as well, so you could use it as a paint or a primer. And I like to sometimes add color to it, so I could use add watercolor to it or add gelato color to it to tint it and use it that way. I don't know, does that answer your question? That's sort of
It
just my
does.
interpretation.
Oh, I didn't know. Wait, so you add color to the gesso or to the Mod Podge?
To the gesso.
Oh, wow, I didn't know about that. And I
Hmm.
also didn't know about the differences between the two, so that was awesome. So basically, the basic difference seems to be like gesso is something you put at the beginning before you craft, and Mod Podge is usually at the end when you want to seal everything and preserve it.
And gesso, though, I'll find sometimes, like if I'm working on something, even something, say I've used a gel medium or Mod Podge to adhere like a pattern paper on a canvas, but then it's got that sort of finish where maybe your color isn't sticking to it the way that you wanted it to. You could add like a light layer of gesso. It'd give it a whitewash look, but it would kind of give that surface a little bit more tooth or something else to add your color
Right.
on top of.
I see. So it's basically the same principle as painting on walls or something. You have to put it down and make it such a surface that it takes in something. Otherwise, it's going to come right off.
And
Very cool.
they're great. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say that, but with everything, it's really whatever you want it to be. So for me, I think people shouldn't be afraid to get it out and like paint it on something, paint on top of it, paint it on top of something else, and just see how it works for them, because there's probably a million other things you can do with it than what I've done. That's what I think is so cool about mixed media. There's no like right or wrong, or this has to be used for this, or it has to be used for one particular thing.
Nice. That's great advice. So don't be afraid and try out different uses of the product. You might find some new use.
Exactly.
Nice. Very cool. All right. So we are at a point where this interview is incomplete without a rapid fire round. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Awesome. All right. Your favorite drink?
Oh, lemonade.
Really?
Well, Crystal Light lemonade. That's my.
Well, that is really really awesome. There's a funny story recently I had with lemonade. We went on this vacation where I learned a new word to associate with many alcoholic drinks, which was version. So I was like, oh, I want version this, version that, and then I asked for I think it was a version margarita, and that guy was like, oh, you basically want lemonade. Yeah, that is funny.
I know, that is funny. Well, I'm just not very exciting when it comes to drinks, I guess.
Well, lemonade is the best. I agree with you. It's the amazing drink and it's the best. All right. Current favorite crafting item.
Oh, I've been doing a lot with my Dr. P.H. Martin's Hydrus watercolors. So right now, that's kind of one of my favorite things.
We want to see it. We want to see it.
It will be coming. It's in the studio, so it will be coming soon.
Okay. All right. We'll wait. No sneak.
Oh, what?
No sneak peeks.
No sneak peeks. I don't even. If I had it by me, I'd grab something. But
Okay. We'll wait for it to come in the studio. All right. Favorite Halloween costume.
oh my gosh, I'm not. I'm like so not a Halloween person. So
Oh, really?
I would be for whatever's comfortable.
Okay, that's you go as yourself. That's a costume.
Can I use sweatpants and?
Nice. I did that actually one year. I was dressed up in like all my PJs, and mainly because I didn't have a costume. And then when people ask me, I'm like, I'm my sleepy self. I'm my morning self.
I'm totally gonna steal that idea and use that from now on.
Do it. Yes, do it. You get to wear a comfortable costume at least. All right. Tell us 2 truths and a lie about you.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. I'm scared of heights. I love butterflies, and oh God, I just have no idea. Let's see. And I love yard work.
Okay. Is yard work the lie?
Yes, absolutely.
That was easy.
Totally easy.
So you're not, no, so the truth is then you're scared of heights, you love butterflies. We all know you love butterflies.
I know.
That was like the first thing I thought of. Okay, that is definitely the truth. Nice. All right, so now is the time to give three poses for the camera.
Okay. Pose
Actually,
one.
wait, I have an idea.
Okay.
If you move your mouse to the left of the screen, do you see a little yellow square at like the second from the bottom, maybe?
Off to the left.
In the black bar that shows up?
Black bar. A square.
Yeah, it will be like yellow with a little shimmery, like a magic wand kind. All right, open it up. We're going
Okay.
to have a little Halloween costumey thingy.
Oh. So pick one of those things. I've got headwear.
Yep, and if you click on like the little arrows to the left and right, you can see all of them.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
So go ahead and choose a prop, and you're going to pose for the camera.
All right. I've got my mustache.
Hold on, let me get my camera. All right. Say something.
Pose one.
Cool. Right, next prop.
Okay. Will it get rid of that one?
Just click on that one again in the
Oh,
box.
get rid of it. I don't need all of them at once. Okay.
That is funny though. Okay, say something.
All right. Pose two.
Cool.
Oh, did I move?
Wait, hold on. No, you didn't. You're fine.
Okay. All right. This is too fun. What else is there? Oh, I don't need sounds. Okay. A background. This. Okay. Sorry, you're probably.
The backgrounds will be fun. Oh, wow. Okay, that makes you look like you came out of the wall.
How's that one?
All right, we got the photos.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, let me switch up this one too. All right, we're back. Was that fun?
That was too fun. You are too good at what you do.
Nice. Okay, so now since this was iron craft, this was my time to get crafty with you, and we both crafted using the same ingredients. Actually, something that I have never used before, so thank you so much, Faber-Castell, for sponsoring our episode today. And what they sent me, thanks to Jill as well, is lots and lots of gelatos. Look how many I got from them. Here. Oh my God, they just keep coming. And I have more that I opened from the packet, and they're lying out here. So I have all of these. Yay. That was really cool. Thank you so much, Jill, and thank you so much, Faber-Castell, as well, for sponsoring a really, really awesome sponsor package for us. So we used the gelatos as our ingredients, and we both crafted using them. Do you have your cards ready?
I gotta run and get it real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. All right. Let's see the cards.
All right. I just made one, but I did a lot
Okay.
of.
Let's see the card. The
Okay.
one amazing. Oh wow, that is so cool. Are you sure you want to see mine?
Oh, absolutely. I've been waiting. Oh, those are beautiful.
Let's start. I'll show you mine more.
Okay, sorry, I'm like it's getting kind of pixelated here.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a lot of light.
Okay. All right.
You're fine now. Yeah, you're fine now. Go ahead.
I'm okay. All right. So you want to talk about yours, what you did, or should I talk about mine?
Yours first.
Okay. So on mine, I cut like a ton of my new favorite creative dyes, and then I colored on them with the gelatos, and then I added water so they'd have that fun watercolor look that's so popular right now. And then I afterward, where spots where I wanted them to be a little bit darker, I went back and put more gelato and just blended it with my finger. so it would be darker in some areas. And then I just put them all on a white card. I just wanted to have a lot of pop of color, and of course I had to add pearls on there too.
Wow, that's really awesome. I actually have seen this white background card from you the first time. I love your colored backgrounds too, and this is awesome too. But when I was looking through your blog for, inspiration for making my cards, the one thing that popped out was Jill uses color, so I need to use color. And the other thing was, since this was my first time with gelatos, I just went crazy with them, trying out different combinations, and I had like 5 or 6 pieces of paper at the end of it that were like all colored up. So I was like, okay, I'll make 3 cards. So here's what they are. All 3 of them are actually pretty similar. They have this umber background, and colored them up and then ran them through an embossing folder. So you see the embossing?
Yes, I love those. There's so much texture, but it has that like artsy watercolor look to them. They're so pretty.
Yeah, I went crazy with them. I had like ink all over myself and on my hands at the end of it. This is what I was telling you, right? It was so relaxing. Like I kept doing and doing more, and I actually have some more that I'll probably make into a set of cards, and it's a good gift for someone.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And those can be used for anything. I mean,
Yeah.
I love them. I love them.
Thank you. Yeah, the use for anything part is actually this. So I put this happy die cut, but I didn't add anything at the bottom because whenever I want to like grab a card quickly for any occasion, if it's just a happy occasion, I'll just give it as is. But if it's like a birthday or an anniversary, I'll put in like happy birthday or anniversary at the end.
Perfect. Personalize it right when you need it.
I know, yeah. That's super useful, right? Otherwise, I'm usually like, oh, I have this card, it was right, but it was just not exactly right.
Exactly. Well, and that's funny because even on mine, I put the happy everything sentiment because that could be for anything too. I do that a lot when I'm making cards.
Yes, +1 for, all sentiment that can be for anything. Very cool. Okay, so to Einkraft viewers, today Faber-Castell is sponsoring our giveaway, and one lucky winner is going to get a huge pack of gelatos, similar to the way I got them. So it's almost all colors of gelatos, and all you have to do to try and win this mega pack of gelatos is to go on the Einkraft post and answer this question that Jill is going to ask, and then we'll pick a lucky winner. So Jill, what's the question?
All right. I like to listen to music a lot when I am crafting, so I would like to know what kind of music you would recommend and what you listen to either when you're crafting or driving or whatever you like to listen to.
Awesome. That's a great question. We're looking forward to hearing a lot of nice musical recommendations. So go ahead, everyone, and put in your musical recommendations on the Einkraft post, and we will choose a lucky winner from it for the Gelatos Mega Pack. And thank you, Jill, so much for joining us today for the Einkraft episode. And thank you, everyone, for watching the episode. I'll be back next time with another episode. Till then, we will say bye to Jill.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Hey folks, thank you so much for watching Einkraft. I have some previous episodes for you, and I hope you will subscribe to my channel to get even more Einkraft videos in future and other videos too. Thanks a lot. See ya.